Hello, I'm Attorney Lewis Haskell of the Law Office of Lewis S. Haskell at 16 Pine Street in Lowell. And I want to follow up on an earlier video that I did about motor vehicle accidents in the era of COVID-19. And specifically, I want to talk about physical therapy and chiropractic. Unfortunately, among the many problems that this pandemic has caused people is that it has interrupted treatment for almost every kind of medical condition that is not COVID-19 and has pretty much stopped treatment for non-life-threatening conditions. They may be painful conditions, but they're not life-threatening, and therefore the treatment has stopped. This has been a big problem for many of my accident clients because their physical therapy just abruptly ended when certainly when the governor started closing what are called non-essential businesses. Now, technically they weren't closed. Of course, and again, technically I'm not closed either. We are considered essential, but they began practicing social distancing in much the same way that I began practicing social distancing. The problem for them is that their job actually requires that they touch people, and that's really hard to do from 6 feet away. So this has presented a problem. I mentioned in my last video that on a case-by-case basis, we've been working things out for clients, and I was very vague about what I meant by that, in part because the video was about something else and it was already running long, and in part because we hadn't been seeing a real pattern of behavior. Now we are. A number of different things are going on. Pretty much every provider who I've asked to see a client by means of Zoom or other video conference procedure has said that they will do so and has actually started doing so. One of the big things that has come out of the COVID-19 pandemic is a big rise in what's known as telemedicine. And although it's not altogether clear to me how you do physical therapy by means of telemedicine or chiropractic by means of telemedicine, it's very clear in talking to physical therapists and chiropractors that it means a lot to them. Both in terms of their ability to perform examinations and make diagnoses, and in terms of doing guided care, that they are in fact able to help people even though they can't touch them. So, and I've spoken with a number of clients who thought that was great. In other words, they don't want to go to the physical therapy or to the chiropractor right now. And they're afraid of the virus, and who can blame them? But this idea of at least being able to do something, and nobody's going to pretend that it's as good as being in the provider's office, but at least they're able to do something because they're home and they're in pain, and and they can't do anything. So some of my clients are thrilled by this news. Others kind of think it a waste and really aren't so afraid of the virus and really want to go in. There are now providers who are seeing patients, actually having them in the office and touching them and doing what they would normally do. There is at least one provider that I've talked to who is doing things by telemedicine, but says under the appropriate circumstances, and he would be the determiner of what is appropriate, in consultation with the patient, obviously. He will bring people into his office either for further examination and review, or for treatment, if he thinks that is worthwhile and necessary under the circumstances. I know one provider who has completely reworked his office, brought in new equipment and whatever, and he swears to me that he can do his normal treatment from 6 feet away. That, obviously it involves a certain amount of robotics or I don't even know what it involves. I didn't go to his office and see, but I thought that was really kind of cool. He says that this is the future of treatment, and and we'll see how it goes. I mean, look, all of us are in uncharted territory. All of us are doing things in different ways from how we have done them before. I'm meeting with my clients, you know, over the internet, people who I would normally bring into the office and meet face to face. We're now doing through all kinds of platforms. So certainly my practice has changed, their practice has changed, but here's the important thing. It is now possible to get people in, either through the net or directly into a provider's office. Now, I've had Savannah reaching out to clients. I'm going to be sending out a mass email to clients today, but I've had Savannah calling people over the last several days trying to set things up. She has had mixed success in terms of getting a hold of people. So, if you're a client of mine and you haven't heard from us, please call us because we are looking for you. Just to have a conversation about how you think we should go about handling this and what do you think would work best for you in terms of getting your therapy while we're in this strange shutdown period. It's scheduled to last 2 more weeks. It's already been going on for, I don't even know anymore. It's the days all blend together, 3 or 4 weeks. My guess is the governor is going to extend it. The governor of New York has already extended it. Frankly, New York is ahead of us in terms of recovery. So my guess is it'll get extended. So at first when it was 2 weeks, it was easy to say, something we'll all just put our lives on hold for 2 weeks. Go to your doctor, get a prescription for some painkillers, and just live with it for 2 weeks. But just live with it is becoming a very unsatisfactory plan as this thing drags on. I've had a number of clients, complaining to me. They want to be doing something. They want to be getting better. They don't want to just be, sitting around taking pills all day. And I can't blame them. And so we've been talking to providers, and this is what we've come up with. And I hope it works for many of you, and I look forward to discussing it with you. And until then, please stay safe, please stay healthy, and I look forward to speaking with you. Thank you.